in Prabhupada's movement, women were essential. It's a little bit, it doesn't belong into this environment, but it just comes to my mind that at one point Prabhupada's mission was severely attacked and it looked like everything was going to go down the drain. And none of the sannyasis could catch what was going wrong until one woman stood up and says, "This is all wrong, this is all nonsense." You remember that? So it was very funny, you know, all the sannyasis were intimidated by their own mind and concoctions. And then, I think it was Jagadish's wife, was it? Jagadachi?
Oh, no, Jagadish's wife is
Lakshmi Moni. Lakshmi Moni, she stood up and said, "What are you speculating about?" And she straightened out the whole thing. So, there is one other issue we are working on. It is not entirely a WVA issue, but it is very interesting for you because you are interested in these issues. It is a four sampradaya issue. In our journey through South India, we realized that the acharyas of South India will not relate very easily with WVA because they are too much concentrated on their particular founder Acharya, and the WVA is very much focused on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's contribution. At that time we wanted to create a forum which is so broad that other people can work in it as well. So we started the Four Sampradaya organization after consultation with Pechva Swami from the Madhva Sampradaya. And interestingly speaking, after that happened, we were approached by representatives of the Nimbarka Sampradaya and the Ramanuja Sampradaya. They were very eager for increasing the communication between the Sampradayas. As a matter of fact, they even joined the WVA, but after consultation with them, the proposal was made to create a Vaishnava university where each Acharya of the four founder Acharyas should have their own chair of teaching, and where the basic traditional Vedic values will be taught from the Vaishnava point of view rather than from the Advaita Vedanta point of view. Because if you today study Ayurveda, most likely there is some Vaidya behind who is Advaitavadi. If you study about Jyotish, there's a teacher behind, he's an Advaitavadi. If you study about Vastu Shastra, it comes from an institute influenced by Advaitavadi. So many people in the world are interested in the Vedas and the Vedic studies, but they don't have access. This has also been promoted and practiced by the Vaishnavas, but the Vaishnavas have not gone into the world to spread it. So after consulting with Purushottama Jir, Jagat Guru of Srirangam, he became a very good friend of us in the time of Kumbh Mela, and he said he wants to make that university. And this year after Kartik, I'm going down to South India to study with him the feasibility of doing it. He already has land for the purpose, he already got it registered. Now I have to see how much it can be done and what kind of teamwork we can do there. But his openness towards the other Vaishnavas and to create this university is definitely there. He's also backed by a famous Swami in the Ramanuja Sampradaya called Chaturvedi Swami, who is also with us on this university project. So I don't really know what is the news, but because unless it becomes very concrete, I'm just sharing this with you as a research investigation. JCC. So, but I put it also as a point here on the agenda, because if other people are interested in this, they are surely welcome to come forward, so we keep them informed. But any interesting discovery or a decision will always be published on WVA, so you can find it there. But basically, this is the planning state. Also, one very important thing for all the sampradayas, another big reason why they should be interested in this project is because we're going to get visa registration through the university for anybody studying Vaishnava culture anywhere in India. We will be the ones to provide you, because nowadays devotees have many times difficulties of obtaining visa in India. It has become so limited by some institution, yoga visa. So since the Ramanuja Sampradaya, since they are actually you could say like the main religious influence in their region, so they're going to have all the facilities of providing those who are interested in Vedic culture with visas. And we are having already a plan to make like connect with other schools of Vaishnava, so that they can also study in Mayapur or study in Vrindavan or study in Rishikesh. It's quite an interesting proposal. You could say in popular terms, it sounds too good to be true. No? So, but we will see, and those missions, especially those in other missions who are interested in higher education, should stretch out their feelers into our direction and see what particular expectation they have, what particular participation they would like to see. Because it is for Sampradaya, everybody basically is welcome. It's not going to be like only for these and not for those. It's going to be something very broad, and it is meant to spread Dharma. It's meant to spread Vedic values. So I think there's a tremendous potential coming up, and as a matter of fact, next time we have a meeting, I'll be able to report to you straight from the ground. The land supposedly is donated already. The facility from the Ramanuja Sampradaya is offered. The registration is done, but the teaching or the formation of a body of one of the persons we have invited to be part of the dean or of the leadership of this is Stephen Knapp. If you may have heard of him, Srinandanandana, a very great writer about India and very identified with the cause of Hindu Dharma. There is a certain things, things are moving. Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, he was really like, you could say he was before his time, you know. He gave so much knowledge and so much freedom and so much access to the Vedas, never seen before. And nowadays, the awareness, even in other sampradayas who prohibited their acharyas to travel abroad, are starting to understand that there's a plan, a change of plan, that people in the world have to unite for Dharma regardless what. Because you know one thing, India is dropping Dharma rapidly. They're dropping it down the drain. They start becoming non-vegetarian and so many other things. So there is a certain thing, you know, you may be surprised how great the need is of today, that all those who care for Vedic culture should unite for the welfare of the world. So, in a sense, WVA stands for that. forsampradaya.org stands for that. And this university would be a symbol, because on the level of what you call education, sectarianism doesn't have any space.